Mrs. Doubtfire for ya. It's JC. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight is a very exciting night. I am going to the premiere of Insidious the Red Door. I am very, very excited for two reasons. One, it is the last movie in the franchise. And two, the main actor, the guy who plays the dad in Insidious, he directed this one. So this is a big deal. I've heard great reviews, but I will be the judge of that. And then later I'll try to give my general opinion about what I thought about the movie without trying to do any spoilers for you guys. So on our way. Okay, it is 1:15 in the morning. I just got home from the movie and I'm gonna record my review in the morning because I am going to bed. Hi guys, so it is the next day after seeing Insidious the Red Door. Okay, before you keep watching this, I just need to let you know I'm very, very bad at avoiding spoilers. So there will be spoilers. I'm so sorry. I can't not. It's hard to talk about it in a generalized sense without going into detail, even accidentally. So pause it, go watch the movie, and come back unless you don't care about spoilers. Honestly, with this specific movie, if I was you, I wouldn't really feel bad watching this. So next day after seeing Insidious the Red Door, I wanted to start this video by kind of doing like a layout format of everything just to get a little bit of backstory before I go in with my opinion. So first of all, the entire movie plot was basically like a father-son thing, mostly like confronting the trauma of the past and breaking cycles as far as father-son relationships go, and a lot of that is basically all of the movies, just because both Josh and Dalton can astral project, and those are the only two in that specific family who are known to do that. Foster, we don't know if he can do that. The little sister, probably not. And obviously not the mom, Renee. So a lot of it, the Red Door specifically, focuses on Dalton and Josh's interpersonal relationship. As far as astral projecting, because when we start the movie, the family is split up. Renee and Josh have divorced ever since Insidious Chapter 2, when the Black Bride, I think that's what they call her, took over Josh's body and then tried to murder the entire family and kill Renee. So they are divorced, and it is set as in Dalton is older and he's going to college. Obviously, if you watch the other movies, you do know that they tried to suppress the memories of astral projecting with a family psychiatrist named Carl. So they do that at the beginning of the movie, and it's set like normal, typical college angsty scenes. A lot of it was very slow. So if you like slow burners, I mean, I wouldn't even call this a horror movie at this point. It's just like astral projecting paranormal thriller at best. So the whole title of the movie, The Red Door, let's focus on that. The red door signifies any type of nightmare that awakens inside people. So the red door specifically for Dalton is that door that opens the lipstick face demon. That's what the directors call him. It's in the credits. You can see lipstick face demon that tries to stalk and inhabit Dalton. So the red door, the whole idea for Dalton throughout the movie is closing this red door, finding out what it is, getting those suppressed memories back, and ultimately dealing with him face to face. I do want to touch on the fact, one of the main reasons I wanted to see this movie so bad is because the actor who plays Josh, Patrick Wilson, this is his directorial debut. So he's never directed another TV show, movie ever, so this is the first one. And with that, I believe that he's going to continue in the horror genre if he continues to direct, so that is pretty cool. I think he does well. This movie specifically, I do know the writers on it. Lee Winnell. Lee Winnell was in the first three Insidious movies, and he played Specs, the paranormal ghost hunter with Elise. He's actually in the movie, and he helped write this one with Patrick Wilson and James Wan, and then the whole Bloomhouse Productions was on it as well. So it's cool to see returning in general, because when we get a franchise like this that just keeps going and going and going, similar to The Conjuring or even Fast and the Furious, we get multiple directors, multiple writers, so they're trying to keep it very consistent, and I really appreciate that. Lee Winnell specifically is a big one for me as far as writers go. If you don't know, he helped do three of the Saw movies with James Wan. He did Dead Silence. He had parts of Evil Dead, even though he wasn't in the credits or anything. So he is a person that I really look forward to seeing horror movies come out. I like his writing style. It just varies through different eyes of directors for me, because a lot of movies nowadays are more jump scare, and that doesn't do it for me. I also really appreciate the psychological aspects that he brings into horror, so I was really excited that he got on this movie too, just for obvious reasons. Now, let's talk about my personal opinion of this movie. So, in general, I get very, very excited about Insidious. I loved the first one. I was hooked after the first one. The first is always the best in franchise. You cannot argue that with me. So, this one, Insidious the Red Door, I read a lot of reviews. I did my research before going in, and I wish I wouldn't have, because it kind of built it up, you know what I mean? But because I did that, it was disappointing. Now, let me tell you why. The whole movie, like I mentioned earlier, is a slow burn, so it's focused on, let's explain the family dynamics 9 years later, after they suppressed their memories of astral projecting. So it focuses on Josh's relationship with Renee and Dalton going to college, and it kind of, I mean, they don't really touch on Foster and the baby too much, although they do have like teeny tiny scenes. So the whole movie is like three-fourths of it is slow burning. You see a lot of Dalton in college, which is that angsty party, late teens, early 20s vibe, which is okay, but not for Insidious for me personally. And I do know the first couple, they do have jump scares, but it was everything else intertwined with what Insidious is. This was not that for me. This was kind of an older remixed version of Insidious 2, just so they can wrap up the whole family as far as them being involved with astral projecting and explaining a little bit more of Dalton's side. And then obviously a continuation of them in their interpersonal relationships and how the demon and the black bride affect them nowadays, but also to kind of put a highlight on no matter what happens, family sticks together. I have you, you have me, all of that mushy gushy stuff that I don't normally go for. And my one note, I guess I kept saying in my head while I was watching it, was that the lipstick face demon in the first movie, it takes a lot of time for the demon to attach to Dalton and to kind of try to take over his body. So in this movie, it happened like that. It didn't take him time at all. It happened very quickly. It was all towards the end of it. And it wasn't as, how do I want to put this? It wasn't as climactic as I wanted it to be. It was kind of like interpersonal family. They figured out they suppressed their memories. They try to get their memories back. Dalton does a little memory searching through his art because he goes to a liberal arts college, and then once it hits them, they start astral projecting. The demon tries to take over Dalton. He has a similar effect and transformation as his dad did when the Black Bride took over Josh. And then, of course, Daddy comes to the rescue to save Dalton, and then that was the end. Happy family, there we go. So, overall, the plot, I love the plot. They could have done a lot more with it, in my opinion. I was expecting something like way more insidious. A few cool things that I found out through the blogs about Insidious is that everybody knows that this is the last installment in the franchise, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that Insidious is going to stop. Now, with that being said, there are a couple facts that are out there floating right now if you haven't heard. They do plan to continue Insidious as a title, but they're going to twist it a little bit. Obviously, they're going to have new actors, new plots, new stories, because the general idea of astral projecting is so popular. That's what drew me to the first one in the beginning, because I've had instances similar to that with my own personal sleep and dreams and just things like that. It's just always been interesting to me. Sleep paralysis had affected me in my past, so that's what hooked me into it, and mix it with horror, and it's a perfect cocktail. So what we know is that they're going to have a new, I guess you would call it a spin-off in the franchise, called Thread: An Insidious Tale. I do know that James Wan is going to be on that, obviously, and then Jeremy Slater is also rumored to be on that, as well as Lee Winnell again, as far as writing and production go. Bloomhouse Productions is a rumor on it. I also heard that they were trying to bid for, what is it, A24, which is very popular right now. If you've seen Pearl, if you've seen X, if you've seen any of Mia Goth's new movies, those are, A24 is coming up. The other thing I thought was interesting about the Thread spinoff was that they are casting Mandy Moore to be in it, which, if you're familiar with her, I mean, A Walk to Remember type of rom-coms. And then she did that show, that TV show, what's it called? This Is Us. So she's more of like a life story romantical type of actress, so it'll be interesting to see her in the Insidious Thread spinoff, but it's still exciting. I'm expecting great things. I really want it to be similar to the Netflix show that came out about the house, the haunted house. So we will see. I really would like them to make a TV show out of it with Netflix producing. I know that might be an unpopular opinion, but I feel like they would do really great things with it if it turned into something like that. I mean, it's grown so far, and then they've reached out, The Conjuring, The Nun. They've spanned this out so far, so I would not be surprised if it came down to that. But either way, I'm gonna view it. Whether or not I have negative opinions, or it's not my favorite, or they could have done better, I need to be able to watch it to be informed, to give you guys my opinion. But as far as Insidious the Red Door, I would not purchase it to watch it. If you plan on watching it, wait until it comes out, watch it for free somehow. And then come back here and let me know what you think, because I really like talking about movies. I could go on and on and on. Just about things or interconnections between the actors and other movies. So excited in general to see how this all plays out. Again, thank you guys for watching. I love you all. I will be posting videos. Hopefully, my goal is to do these once a week, whether it is horror movie reviews or my store walkthroughs. In October, I have a couple events coming up. And then I would like to do Halloween tutorials for face and possibly costume. So let me know what you guys think. Always, always, always like and subscribe and share my videos. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week.